It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Jason Sanders is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Stops by Chop Robinson. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Taken in by Noah Fant. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and just 2 to go.
There we go, sit down. Middle.
Walker now from the gun. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Hey, here we go, sit down.
They go play action. Here's Smith. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that first down. First and 10 for him now, following the penalty.
Daytona.
Running it after the penalty. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Hey, here we go,
Man in motion, headed right. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hand off to Walker from... Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. They had gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
Give him 24 on that play. Yeah.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Tagovailoa trying to get here on second down. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Trying to connect with Tyreek Hill there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down. Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawks football. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey, we go, Salon!
Now an inside give to Walker. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. It's Kader Kohu up to make that play. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. This is going to fall down the whole way to the turf and complete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. It's caught Metcalf. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready!
From the gun, Smith. Smith and Jigba there to grab it. And that's good for a gain of 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Hey, here we go.
A give up the gut to Walker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, it would really break the backs of a defense.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Staying with Walker. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
So some time to maybe...
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They'll be facing 4th down. Smith. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
There we go, sit on. Double set.
Smith back to throw. Metcalf's got it, complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go, hey.
And again, it's Smith. Gets this to Fant. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Double set. There we go, sit on.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Sunday. Hey, trio left. Double set.
Shotgun snap to Smith. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table.
The kickoff for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
44. Ready.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's 2nd and 14. Finds his man Waddle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ready, set.
First down, here's Tua. And oh, someone stepped in and gets intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins makes the play.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Now Walker. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 38-yard line.
Running with Walker again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. Third down coming. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that will add to their score.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Get set.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Dolphins with a long field ahead.
Hey.
2 now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Again, it's Tagovailoa. Avoids the sack. Got his target. It's Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First down, Miami.
Ready. Set.
Here's Tua again. On target to Waddle. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Bryant on the coverage.
Ready. 8. Set.
To the air yet again, Tagovailoa. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Set.
Here's Tagovailoa again. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
Connects with Fant. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. He's still going at the 30. It's a race down the right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks grow their lead just before halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for two. And he will get into the end zone. They go for two, and that gives them a 3-score advantage. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Drift.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Completes this one to Braxton Berrios. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hey. Ready, set?
Back to throw it. He's going deep this time. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Couldn't connect with Tyreek Hill. And now they face second down. One last play before the break.
Get set. Go ahead.
He'll throw it. Buying some time right. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Hayward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Ready. Turbo one. Solo left Zion.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. This one's knocked away, so that's incomplete. And now we've got a flag down. This may be against the offense as well. So they let first down stand since it worked out well for him. The penalty declined. That brings up second and 10.
Set.
Running with H.A. and out of the gun. He's 4A up the middle, and that's about 3. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, third down.
Brings up third down.
He has the first over the middle. Into the red zone. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami.
Complete to Jalen Waddle.
The Dolphins cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the playoff in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. They'll try the extra point one more time. Extra distance, no problem for him as his kick is good.
Makes the score Seahawks 17, Dolphins 7. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This return starts at the 5. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go Wednesday. Come on, shot. Come on, shot.
They go with Walker here. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Another big rip for him. Inside the 25. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now with the play clock running down, Mike McDaniel signals for a timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go ahead. Out.
A throw to the right finds Waddle. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins cut the lead down to 10.
Dolphins 14. Jason Sanders.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Returning it from the 4. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Ready.
It's Walker on the give. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 30-yard
There we go, sit on.
A tight end in motion now. This is Walker on 2nd. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
5 yards is the
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 16-point ball game. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Myers gets the point after to go. And the Seahawks take a 3-possession lead. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
They send the tight end in motion.
Set.
On play action, here's Tagovailoa. Vacates quickly left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's caught. Devon Achane gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing on 3rd, Tagovailoa completes this one to Hill. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll cobble together a yard there. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready.
This one's taken in by Hill. Man, this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Ready, set. Over that.
Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. All set up now for 1st and 10.
Hey, get set. Ready, set.
Achane on the inside give. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
brings up 2nd and 1.
Tagovailoa. Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
44. Ready.
They just get the play off. Throw caught at the 6. Touchdown, Miami. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with a touchdown.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins cut the...
Seahawks 31, Dolphins 20. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. On the carry, it's Walker. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. The give now to Walker. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he doesn't get much. A small pickup down to the 42. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Walker running right. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
That's simply a foot race to the outside that he's used to winning. Seen him get beat there and forced to take it out of bounds near the line? Well, that's just a tremendous effort and tremendous speed by that defense.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Hey, here we go.
Here's Smith. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Coaches challenged him to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
Get set.
Tua off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
A loss of 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
Hey! Out with that.
Trying again following the sack. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
And the Dolphin first down.
Tua now from the gun. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
2-0.
It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
6 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Dolphins down by 10. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Slide.
Tagovailoa now against the blitz. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one.
And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at...
And he reels it in for 2, so now a field goal would get them the lead.
Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Down to a knee, and we're going to see if that defense chooses to expend one of its final 2 timeouts. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. Go, Brock, forcing those guys to burn a timeout. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. They can't end it with a knee, but this would run out some clock. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire. They already got the stop and the turnover on down, so they're just going to decline this penalty. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. And this is the first time he's been called on today. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Help, it's up.
And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Ready.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So several thousand 12th men and women cheering as the Seahawks win at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from Seattle.
Tripping off grades, I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From my way I pick enough to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, what you want. I got Jesus giving money, what you want. I've been been sitting and fishing, there's 4 reasons to cry. So I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye. Cause I can never really want you less than money or prize. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I ain't mean it. I just need another reason for a sequence. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no